You say you're lonely. I say you think about it. 'Cause you're the
You know, sometimes you just need a good groove to take you into a centered space. You are listening to the Reverend and High Priestess Tamar Aziz Serwa. And as always, it is a joy to connect with you on YouTube. For some of you, you listen to these videos that I upload in your car, at work. You just put it on play and let all of these conversations take place. Some of you, this may be your first video introduction to chatting it up with me on YouTube. And so, welcome to this space. And I always like to invite you to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Because I'm very clear and intentional about our conversations activating something in you that needs to be activated. And that may look different for every listener, but you have an opportunity to take less than 10 minutes to give yourself a dose of something very powerful. And that is why I come and record and just chat it up with you. So breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Do you know that your thoughts are never neutral? Your thoughts are aligning with one or two things, love or fear. Now, my intention is not to send you on a campaign to go learn how to control your thoughts, not at all, because the mind is the trick bag and it is supposed to filter information. But my desire and my intention is for you to understand how you're made so that you can create a plan on what to do with yourself that enhances your life, that keeps you centered in peace and joy, that keeps you in your pleasure zone. So it's a very simple formula. If it is true, and I would love to hear your perspective on this, if it's true that there are no neutral thoughts, that the thoughts you have are either going to lead you to love or fear, then your negative thoughts are fear-based thoughts. That means when you want to cuss your husband out, that's a fear-based thought. Because if you peel back the layers, whatever it is that he did that triggered your anger, your frustration, your sadness, your resentment, whatever that is, your reaction to it is the fear of, if I don't show up this way in response to his behavior, something in my life is not going to go the way I want it to go. When we live according to our fears, we give our power away. And you, beautiful soul, are powerful beyond measure. That is a truth that if you will see yourself as such, you will change your responses, your decisions, your behaviors. And for my sisters who tune in, your womb is the house of your present level of consciousness. Your womb is a messenger of where you are in your life in this moment. And what's going on with your womb is an indication of whether or not you're living at your full expression of power. And when you are, that is a powerful demonstration of self-love, or if you're living in fear. When you're living in fear, your creativity gets trapped. You get caught up in stagnating and procrastinating and coming up with excuses for why you can't let that piece of cake go and replace it with a green drink, right? All of these different layers of our behaviors. Your behaviors are evidence of your way of thinking. And if you really want to know how much you love yourself, it's demonstrated by how you treat yourself and how you behave and how you process things. So yeah, there are no neutral thoughts. So when you find your mind running in that fear-based way of thinking, you find your thoughts always calling in the negative, always calling in the limitations, always calling in the obstacles that you see, you have an opportunity to ignore. I don't want you to waste any energy trying to fight with those thoughts. No, you don't have to do any of that. You actually don't have to give those thoughts any of your attention or focus at all. But when you catch, even if it's just one thought for your entire day that says, I'm okay, there is nothing wrong with me, I am loved, I am powerful, I am healed. Nurture those thoughts. Have little parties throughout your day saying, yes, that is me. I do accept that truth as my truth. And feed those thoughts when you are able to be mindful of them. And do incorporate mindfulness into your daily life. It is very good to sit back with a thing of popcorn or steamed broccoli or whatever you snack on and just sit back and say, oh, girl, that's what's running through your head? You are interesting. Do you love yourself enough to explore yourself? Or are you running from yourself and what's in your head? You can only run so far because what's in your head will show up in your womb. And then what, my sister? When you have the pain, when you have the abnormal growths, when you have the health crisis, now what? Is that going to be enough for you to do what you always have the ability to do, which is pay attention to yourself? Learn who you are. Learn what your needs are. Learn how to give yourself what you need and honor what you want with your life. So, this is just another reminder to you. Because I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. I don't even know who's on the other end of this video listening, but I do know that you're listening because there's something you need to hear. And I pray that what I've said to you encourages you to take action. And so you may be thinking, well, how can I take action? For some of you, this is a reminder to work the plans you already have in place. For some of you, you need to create a plan. You need to go into a discovery process about who you are, the power of your womb, the portals that have been placed inside of you to unlock treasures for your life as a woman. And that is what the 6-week womb healing intensive is for. And we're going into round 3, November 6th. And so for those of you who are saying, you know what, I think I do need to discover more about myself and get clear with myself about what I want next for my life. I do need to figure out what to do to heal in mind, body, and spirit, to understand the voice of my womb, to understand the ancestral energy that's sitting inside of my body and my ovaries that I haven't even connected to understand the spiritual meaning of my fallopian tubes and my uterus and how the uterus is the organ of abundance. Yes, I want the blueprint on how to live a life according to my dreams that is outside of any box, that does not see any limitations, that doesn't call in a perspective of obstacles. Yes, Tama, sign me up. I am ready to invest and sow a seed of faith and a financial seed into breaking some chains off of my life. You do that by going to the link that is at the bottom of the video. It's http:// I'm all in .gr8.com. Yes, yes, yes. You have to decide to show up for your healing process. Healing is the fruit of love, and love is omnipresent. It is always available to anybody who wants it. Whether we know it's available or not, whether we feel it or not, love is present 24/7, non-stop. You can never run out of it. An abundance of supply. So is your healing. You may not have seen it for yourself yet because of what your doctors may have said, because of what your pain and disappointments in life may be saying that you're holding in. But I want you to know that the first step to healing is awareness. The second step is a decision. So now that you're aware that there's more that I need for myself to live the life I want to live, what are you going to do about it? Because there's nobody on the street corners handing out healing. What actions are you ready to take to say, you know what? It's time. You didn't know that you get to set your healing anniversary date. You get to choose when you are going to shift. The next shift is on you. So I hope that this is inspiring you to be good to yourself. If you want to demonstrate that through enrolling in the 6-week intensive, amazing. We welcome you. We literally have women worldwide enrolled right now in round 3 coming up November 6th. Join us. It's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be enlightening. It's going to call you to growth. It's going to give you the accountability that you need to live at the next level. And even, I'll share with you and then I'm going to wrap it up. I have women who've gone through round 1 and round 2 who are like, I'm re-enlisting in round 3 because this feeds my spirit. This keeps me focused, Tama, and I'm ready for round 3. Let's do it. So even if you've gone through processes similar to this and you need to refresh, you need to refuel, join us. You are more than welcome. And for some of you, you may already have some other strategies and tools you're using. It'll work when you work it. So this is just a reminder to keep nurturing the thoughts that will take you higher. Starve the ones that don't. You don't have to give anything to them. And if it's time for you to take action on returning to being good to yourself, do it today. Why not? Do it at the end of this video so you can see yourself soar in ways you've never seen yourself soar. I love you. I gotta go. I'm already late for my next client, but I just had to hop on here and send some love your way. And hopefully you are leaving this conversation inspired. Peace.
I know it hurts. You know I'd quench that thirst. I can you say you're lonely. I say you think